Hi everyone, it's Ed from Runnable. Hope you're well. I'm having rather a good week this week, to be fair. I mean, I won my first ever half marathon at Richmond Park over the weekend, and I've now reached 1,000 subscribers thanks to you all. It means a lot to me, actually. It's quite a nice landmark to know that the content that I'm putting out there has been useful. People are liking it enough to subscribe. I know it's not easy to get subscribers. Each and every one of you, thank you for subscribing to my channel and letting me know that I'm doing something useful out there. And particularly I want to mention one or two people, and I'm sorry for the people I forget, because I will, but I do love you all. So I want to mention a few people. So John from Tasmania was with me pretty much from the start, almost from the start, and he supported me and my channel all the way through, and he gave me a nice well done message on my 1,000 subscribers, so that was good. Obviously David in Australia, you're an absolute legend, mate, and your running is coming on so well. I'm so proud of you. I'd love to meet you one day. Maybe if I come over and do the Sydney Marathon, we'll do that, and I'll bring along Paul, another absolute superstar, an ultra nutcase. So I'll definitely do an ultra with you one day, Paul. That's for sure. There's a few Pauls actually. So all you Pauls, I love you all, but I do love you in particular, you ultra nutter Paul. So that's Paul. Stephen, absolutely amazing job getting your Boston qualifying time. You absolutely smashed it, mate. Well done, and obviously thank you for all your support. There's so many people I could mention. Ricardo, who I've met before at Oak Hill Park Run, and various other people, too many to mention. So I apologize if I haven't mentioned you, but you're all in my heart today, right? And it's a special day because of that landmark, so I thought I'd wear one of the shoes I still got that kind of made me fall in love with running. For me, it's pretty much the G.O.A.T. There's one or two that come close, but I still feel like it's the most magical shoe I've ever worn. It's also the most dangerous shoe I've ever worn. I should show you the shoe, shouldn't I? Let me show you. It's Adidas Prime X Strung, the OG. Yeah, it's just, for me, just a wonderfully amazing, bouncy stallion of a shoe that I fell in love with. I ran both the Boston and Loch Ness Marathon in it. That's not easy to do with this high stack, and it's quite unstable, this shoe, but it is magical. And it is kind of the shoe that I fell in love with when I started running. And it's weird, my first shoe, really proper shoe, was the Nike Midsole, which I also loved. And then I got this more for doing my marathon training and racing. And I haven't really, there's been 3 years past, and there hasn't really been anything to compare or to compete with this. And particularly the Prime X2 and 3, they haven't done it for me in the same way. Maybe only the Cielo X1 is up there for me, as one of the shoes that comes close. So yeah, anyway, it's, like I said, a special week, and I'm wearing a special shoe. I'll do a bit of run footage on the run, and I'm still training for New York. Got a slight problem with my ankle at the moment, which is making this shoe choice a bit bizarre, but I'll watch myself and make sure I don't injure myself. And like I said, big thanks to you all. Oh yeah, I should mention, I don't get too many female followers on the channel, but Eileen, if you're listening, you may or may not be, you were my 1,000 subscriber, so big thanks. I thought it was quite nice that it was actually a female that was my 1,000 subscribers, so big thanks to you. And may there be more. We want diversity on this site, don't we? Anyway, on this channel. Anyway, with that, I'm talking you know what again, so I'll see you soon. Bye bye. So, as I mentioned in the intro, it's been a bit of a special week for me. Obviously, like I said, got my first ever half marathon victory. Don't actually think I've only ever had 2 other wins actually, which have both been 5Ks. So to win at that longer distance is really nice. Obviously, I've had some parkrun wins, but actual official races, to win a half in particular was really special, because I would say the further I go, the less good I get in terms of my times. So 5K is definitely the sweet spot for me. 10K is still, pretty decent, and then half I've struggled with, to be honest, and obviously full marathon even more difficult. So to win on Sunday, even though it wasn't a major event, a win is a win, so they say, and I was able to hold off my younger rival behind me. It tends to be often the case that I'm having to compete with younger people, which I actually quite like. It's an additional challenge, right? They should be fitter and be able to go harder, because the legs aren't as achy as my old legs. But that gives you more incentive to keep going, to be honest. So that was great. And then a few days after that, I get my 1,000 subscribers, which means a hell of a lot as well. I started this channel about a year ago, not really knowing what direction I wanted to take it. I just kind of felt, I'd come a long way from being almost crippled in hospital by that car, and I wanted to see if people wanted to hear about that. And at the same time, I had started to have a bit of a addiction to running shoes and running in general. So I thought, well, I might as well merge the two and come up with a channel. And I named it Runnable, with a 3 at the end, not an E, which confuses a hell of a lot of people. 3, by the way, is just my lucky number, as Adizero would say. 3 is the magic number, and for me, it's I've got 3 daughters, right? You can see the theme. I was one of 3 growing up, so it is a lucky number for me. So that's why the 3. In terms of what I've managed to achieve, I'd like to think, if I look back at my early videos, crikey, I like to think I've got a bit more tuned in with how to present myself on screen, a bit more organised in terms of the videos. I'm never going to go down the route of spending huge amount of times on video editing. I'll do enough so that you aren't wasting loads of time with me rambling on about rubbish. But I think I'll leave all the funky transitions and stuff like that to other people who will always do it far better than me. Looking at you, Aubrey, and I'll stick to the more on the informative side of things. Not that you're not, Aubrey, you're very informative as well. You're such a nice guy. But yeah, it's just you look at where your strengths are and optimize for your strengths, and that's in both in running, in life in general. You should do that. If you're good at going downhills, optimize your downhill section of the races, get a bit of a lead, which is what I did in the half marathon. Not so good at going up hills, which is ironic given I was brought up in Sheffield, and Sheffield is got the 7 hills, or is it 6? Whatever Rome is, Sheffield's the same. And you know, you can't run around Sheffield without hitting a hill, right? But it's definitely a weakness for me. Going up the hills, coming down though is a different matter, and that kept me in the first place over the weekend. So optimise for your strengths, guys, and try and improve on your weaknesses. And I've got what I would consider probably my favourite shoe of all time, the Prime X Strung OG, or the Prime X in general, but not the 2 and the 3. I think the first edition was the best, still is. It's got such a nice bounce. It's a solid shoe as well, right? I've got 1,000 subscribers, and I think this has done about 1,000 kilometres, and I'm not lying about that. And still, alright, it's lost a little bit of bounce, but it's still pretty good. I could still race in this shoe, and that's the beauty of this shoe. As long as you can handle its instability, you can do 5Ks up to marathons in this shoe. I did a 13 part run in this shoe, which was my PB for a long time, and I did the Boston Marathon in 2023, 3 hours 4 minutes, which at the time was a PB. It was only my second marathon actually, and got me London qualified in this shoe, in these exact shoes. So for me, they hold a special place in my heart, and I thought with a special day of getting to the 1,000 mark, I would wear these special shoes of mine, even though my ankle's still a bit sore from the weekend, so I'm being ultra careful today. And I'll probably, when I get home, if I do go to running club later, I'll probably swap them out for something a bit more stable, to look after my ankles. But I meant what I said in the intro. You know, a big thanks to all of you that supported me. You know, all of you that add your comments, engage with me, follow me on Strava. We have some good chats. I'd love to meet up with you guys one day. Some of you are far away, I know, in Australia or New Zealand. Some of you are closer. Looking at you, Paul and Ricardo. And in general, it's been really lovely to start to build this community of people who are like me, a bit addicted to shoes and a bit even more addicted to running and achieving our goals. And so really enjoyed the first year. I plan to keep going, keep getting better, tuning what I do so it's better for you, less talking you know what, and in general trying to give you the best choices out there in terms of shoes, and trying to pass on some info on running in general as I learn myself. New York will be my 8th marathon, so I have some experience now. It will be my 5th of the original 6 majors, and yeah, really looking forward to it, and obviously really hope you can follow me on this journey. So a big shout out to you all. I know I'll not mention some of you. I don't want you to take that in the wrong way. I just can't mention everyone, right? But I love you all, and I love the Prime X Strung. and I love running. And at the moment, I love life. Although I do miss my daughter, who's now gone to Leeds Uni. So, with that sombre thought, but I'm very proud of a thought, I'll leave you with the Thames in the background, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.